Could a human beat a lion when it comes to strength? For centuries, this question has lived only in our wildest dreams and deepest fears. But what if we told you, sometimes, yes, a man can beat a lion, but not just any man. From the dawn of time, humanity has looked at the lion, the undisputed king of the savannah, and wondered, could we ever truly stand a chance? This isn't just a fantasy. It's a deep dive into the raw, untamed biology of two incredible species locked in a hypothetical clash of titans. Forget what you think you know about strength, because today, we're peeling back the layers to ask, man versus lion, who is really stronger? Get ready, because the answer might just shock you. As the tension builds, you're not just watching a man face a lion, you're watching one of the strongest humans on the planet test the limits of raw strength. This isn't an average person. This is Brian Shaw, a four-time world's strongest man, a man who has deadlifted over 1,000 pounds, a man whose grip strength and full body power are among the highest ever recorded. In this controlled setting, strength becomes the focus, muscle against muscle, force against force, and for a moment, something incredible happens. Human power holds its ground, but what you're witnessing isn't man versus nature in the wild. It's the absolute peak of human strength meeting one of nature's most powerful predators, under controlled conditions. This is not the strength of an average man. This is the extreme limit of what the human body can achieve. And at that extreme, even the king of beasts can be challenged. Imagine a world where every muscle, every fiber, every instinct is honed for one purpose: survival through sheer, brutal power. That's the world of the male lion. Picture this majestic beast, its golden mane rippling as it stalks through tall grass. A male lion isn't just big, it's a living tank, weighing in at a staggering 180 to 250 kilograms. That's 400 to 550 pounds of pure predatory muscle. To put it simply, that's like 2 or 3 average men combined, all packed into one creature built for the hunt. But its weight is just the beginning. Let's talk about its weapons. A lion's bite force clocks in at around 650 pounds per square inch, or PSI. That's enough to crush bone, tear through tough hide, and get straight to the vital organs of its prey. And its paws? They aren't just for walking. With a single swipe, a lion can deliver a blow powerful enough to break a buffalo's neck. These aren't playful taps. They are bone-shattering, life-ending impacts. Every part of a lion's body, from its massive shoulders to its powerful hind legs, is engineered for explosive power, for the sudden, decisive strike that brings down prey often much larger and heavier than any human. Now, let's talk about the other side of this epic comparison, the peak of human physical potential. If there's one human alive who could even dream of standing toe-to-toe with a lion in a raw strength comparison, it's a man like Brian Shaw. This isn't just some gym rat. Brian Shaw is a legend, a 4-time world's strongest man. Think about that for a second. The strongest man on the entire planet. Not just once, but 4 times over. What does that even mean in terms of strength? We're talking about a man who can deadlift over 450 kilograms. That's more than 1,000 pounds. Imagine lifting a small car off the ground. He can log press over 200 kilograms, lifting a weight that most people couldn't even budge, let alone hoist above their head. Brian Shaw doesn't just represent human strength. He is the absolute extreme upper limit of what the human body can achieve. He's an anomaly, a biological outlier who pushes the boundaries of what we thought was possible for our species. His muscles aren't just big, they're dense, powerful, and trained to generate unthinkable force. To put it in perspective, the average man has a grip strength of about 45 to 50 kilograms. Brian Shaw's grip alone could crush that without dropping a sweat. An average man might weigh between 70 and 85 kilograms, while Brian Shaw is well over 200 kilograms of solid functional power. So, when you see a clip of him in a controlled scenario, showcasing his incredible might against something that represents a lion's power, you're witnessing something truly rare. It's crucial to understand this distinction. What Brian Shaw can do is absolutely not what an average man can do. In fact, an average man, no matter how much heart he has, is simply nowhere near the level required to even consider such a confrontation. This isn't a knock on anyone. It's just the cold, hard truth of biological reality. Let's get real for a moment. While the image of a human titan like Brian Shaw challenging a lion is captivating, it's also important to ground ourselves in the stark reality for most of us. What happens when average strength meets an apex predator? The result looks very, very different. Forget the heroic tales. When an average person faces a lion, it's not a fight. It's usually over before it even begins. Consider the numbers. We just talked about Brian Shaw's monstrous strength. Now let's look at the average people. And standing in front of them is a lion. A fully grown male lion can weigh over 200 kilograms. Its muscles are built for explosive force. One swipe can generate enough power to knock down large prey. Its bite force is strong enough to crush bone. Notice the difference. The lion doesn't hesitate. Even with 4 people trying together, they struggle to match the lion's raw physical dominance. This is the reality of biology. Lions are made for combat and hunting. Humans for endurance, coordination, and intelligence. In pure natural strength, the advantage belongs to the lion. The difference isn't just in raw power, it's in the entire biological design. Its teeth are not for chewing vegetables, they are for puncturing, shearing, and crushing. Its muscles are coiled springs of instant, explosive force, not designed for long-term endurance like ours, but for short, overwhelming bursts of violence. In terms of raw, unadulterated biological warfare, a lion is simply in a different league than the average human. We don't have the protective hide, the innate weapons, or the sheer muscle density to compete. To think otherwise would be to romanticize a situation that would, for most, be a terrifying and fatal mismatch. This isn't a movie, it's the brutal truth of the natural world. If we're talking about an average human versus a wild, untamed lion, the outcome is almost always guaranteed. The lion wins, hands down, no contest. It's not even a fair fight. It's a brutal demonstration of the food chain. But then there's that tantalizing what if. What if we pit the absolute strongest human on Earth, someone like Brian Shaw, against a lion in a controlled test? This is where it gets incredibly complex and hypothetical. So who is stronger? In the wild, in the unyielding crucible of nature, the lion undeniably rules. It is the apex predator, perfectly designed to dominate its environment through raw, unmatched physical prowess. But at the extreme, almost unbelievable limits of human potential, when you push the boundaries of what our species can achieve, even the king of beasts can find its raw power challenged, if only in a theoretical controlled setting.